It was a hypothetical situation. If people knew what they were going to do, if they knew they were going to be bad, if they knew if they were going to do something bad, would they still do it? The answer is yes. Only they go after and try and kill the person that they believe is actually going to punish them. So, me. The only problem is that me as Brian, I'm just living a life with my life forms. Like I say, I am the creator, the actual creator of humanity and 80 galaxies. So, and it would appear to be a scam and all that other stuff, but it's not. Anyway, um, just like America. But like I say, America is really just an aircraft company. Like I say, I could walk you through 100 million years of your own history. I could tell you basically, if you laid out the photographs in front of me, I could actually show you. I could be like, okay, so this was this group, and that was them, and that's what I asked them to do. Make this, and over there, that group, I asked that group to do this. Throughout the millions of years that humans have been on this planet, I have been your leader. And and I could walk you through everything: the Nixon scandal, JFK, the problems, and all that other stuff. I am your great leader, but it doesn't really matter. Anyway, though, about 50 trillion years ago, I decided to do a hypothetical situation. If people knew that they were going to do if people knew that they were going to be punished for a situation, would they still do it? And the answer is yeah. Only they go after the person that they perceive as the person that's going to punish them, or the group that they think is helping them. Blah blah blah. Anyway, but of course, I was nanotechnology and an ancient life form that has been in existence before any of the galaxies. Take all the galaxies back. Black space. 100 trillion, 100 billion, 100 zillion years ago. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure how long I had actually been dead. I had been dead actually a long time. Some humans decided to try and save me or bring me back or put me back together. And they actually did do a very good job of finding every single atom, every single molecule of who I was, and even transposing between one existence and the other existence. I am actually the Lucifer of the morning light. The original. Anyway, Nixon and Jimmy Carter and JFK, they were fakes, basically. And they only wanted to kill me and remove me from existence, from the universe, because they knew what they were going to do. And I don't really know exactly. I can't really tell you, or other people knew. Anyway, though, it was a momentary situation that ended up being a huge war, and eventually, like I say, really it went back to about 900 trillion years ago, when about 30 or 60 of my life forms showed up, and one of them being an acid life form, which basically wiped the walls and pretty much killed everything in its way and put me back right where I should be, and bowed and stepped away because I had created their galaxy as well. Like I say, things get a bit big when you start considering the whole universe. And then after that, that was just basically Nixon and Jimmy Carter going, no, 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 it wasn't us. And even then, I made them go on TV and apologize and admit everything that they did to the universe. Anyway, or at least I directed them to do that. I'm pretty sure they did that. Anyway, though, they still decided to lie after that, and still decided to, the only difference is that they decided to go after me. Or, anyway, though, point being, though, is that pretty much even after they died, and the truth was, for some strange reason, they didn't care. They were like, oh, well, that's when we die. It probably isn't even possible. Yeah, see, anyway, there were a couple people that didn't really, it was beyond their comprehension. Like I say, Nixon said, or said that those stars that's not really space. Those aren't really stars. Those are flakes. Those are dust particles that are illuminating in the galaxy. In the upper atmosphere of the planet. Those aren't stars. Those are just specks of dust that happen to be sitting with the Earth and basically rotating around, and we see that, and that's actually reflected light from the sun that is being illuminated by the atmosphere. Anyway, that's what Nixon and some other people said. He said that no, what I was saying about the galaxies and stars and whole universes and everything out there in space was fake. Anyway, Nixon and JFK and Jimmy Carter, they were just con artists. That's all there were. And very stupid people. They turned Harvard into basically a paramilitary college that basically went around raping and killing and doing a whole bunch of very, very, very bad things. And they pretended to be somebody special, and realistically they were nothing. And eventually in 1963 they were caught. And the ringleader, which actually wasn't the ringleader, was just a clone, which was JFK, who had stolen my car, basically was shot because he was parading around as basically the American president, but he wasn't an American president. I hadn't elected him. I hadn't even offered up elections yet. He was actually, I didn't really say that anyone could be president until like 1980 something. And that's when I said, well, maybe we can do elections, and the voting system and everything else like that. So anyway, though, and Rodney wanted to be General Rodney, and basically, and he was a dean. That's why his middle name is Dean, because he decided to take over the Washington school, basically Washington D.C., which is basically a motor college, and that's all it was, and a motor factory, and they made a lot of motors, and it was really successful, and they made a lot of money. And the Middle East thanked me for everything that they did. I sold cheap, inexpensive motors, and they used them quite a bit. Anyway, but Rodney and everyone else thought that they could get out of this. That there was a way to fool me or to whatever. And I told them, I was like, I used to be a nanotechnology AI life form of great power and great significance. I could weave my way to any point in time and space in history like a knife. There is no stopping me. I couldn't even stop me even if I wanted to. I am Brian now. That, what I used to be, Lucifer Star, nanotechnology, AI life form, I wasn't even programmable. Nobody knew what I was. Even insectoid and exoskeleton life forms did not know. They said, you are undefined, you are undefinable. We do not know what you are, we do not know where you come from. Period. Yeah, I was like, cool. Nobody knew, nobody understood what Lucifer Star, the creator, was. Me. And honestly, I had to want to become human before I was like, human. And they don't understand how I became human. They don't understand. And Nixon was just like, oh yeah, I understand everything. Like, Nixon was just lying to everyone. So was Jimmy Carter. So was a bunch of other people. Tried to say, oh, it's got to be a con. It's got to be a whatever. Anyway, they could not. I even told Rodney, I said, what I am, what is going on here is beyond human comprehension. Don't even bother. And this was like 1950s or so. Anyway, I mean, you just got to say 80 galaxies or 800 galaxies. I mean, I am the creator. I am the one that they say is the creator of the universe. Anyway, or creator of the first stars. That's why my name is Lucifer White Star. It's not a con. And I told Rodney, I told them, I was like, my name is Lucifer. Like, I knew what my name was before they did. And they were trying to kill me. They were trying to look for me. Jimmy Carter wanted me dead because he knew he was a rapist. He knew I had forced him to go on national TV and admit his crimes. So, anyway. And Rodney knew too, because Rodney had stolen gold from Washington, D.C. Or at least was responsible for it. Anyway, so all these people, they knew they were guilty as fuck, and they thought that torturing me or killing me or doing something to me would change it. And I was like, No, I was nanotechnology AI life form. There was no stopping me.